we're making a memorial for COVID victims in the Hawaiian Islands. And this project is called the Rose River Memorial. I started it in Los Angeles in August 2020. Since then, we've been making these memorials in different places around the United States. The community makes the roses. And once the roses are made in the community, then we put them together, which is what we're doing now. And then we exhibit them. We've made about 25,000 roses. But we still need to make a lot more because we're trying to make one rose for each person that's passed away from COVID in the United States, which is over 600,000 right now. It's more than all the soldiers that died in World War I, World War II, and the Vietnam War. The reason why we chose roses is because they're used a lot in funerals, and especially red roses symbolize courage and valor, and they're often used on the caskets of soldiers returning from war. It's also the national flower of the United States.
You've been around now. You've done this in LA, you've done it in Texas and a few other places. What's the reception been like?
It's been much more encouraging than I would have expected. Although we have had some resistance, like in Missouri, we were trying to get a place in St. Louis in the public parks, and to start with, they were all for it because they do a yearly memorial for the 9/11 tragedy. Which actually only 2 Missourians died during that event, whereas 6,000 Missourians died from COVID. But they wouldn't allow us to do a memorial in the park for some reason.
It's really a shame that something as horrid as coronavirus has been politicized, huh?
Yeah, that's terrible. Another really difficult situation was in Texas in the Rio Grande Valley, which is in the southeast part of Texas, right down at the border. We couldn't find anyone that would allow us to exhibit the roses, and in the end we rented a refrigeration truck. Where I used to have nightmares, to be honest. Just the grief and this kind of feeling that every rose you accept is like a kind of embodies, the pain of somebody who's passed away, because it's not just a statistic. It's like, if you look at this, okay, let's give an example, right? Okay. Here's a box of roses that are handcrafted. This one's beautiful.
Wow. Yeah. Special.
And they're all handcrafted. But when you think that each rose, like in my hands, I'm holding roses that symbolize 2 people who've passed away from COVID. That's, their families have suffered. They obviously themselves have suffered, not having access to visit the family in the hospital. Each person that passes away probably has like a core of let's say 10 close family members, and then work associates and friends, so maybe that's 20 or 30 people. Right. So if you multiply that by 500, you've got 15,000 people that are kind of closely affected.
There's a lot of people that kind of want to wish it all away, right? It's still going to be around for a little while, looks like, yeah?
It does seem like it's going to be around, and even if COVID vanished tomorrow, which would be great, we'd love that. It's like saying, okay, well, World War I or World War II finished, right? They finished, but they still left, a big resonance, and also this kind of need for healing and for memorialization. So, whether it stays or goes, we're just going to carry on with the project. When we make roses, we also like to talk about or encourage people to vaccinate.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, and it's also a celebration of life.
And roses are kind of like life, yeah? We bloom, and then we go back to the earth eventually, yeah? It's just too bad that so many people it happened to prematurely. It didn't have to happen.
mai e ho'opakele no na ia mako i ka ino no ka mea no ke aupuni a me ka mana a me ka ho'onani ia mauloa aku Amene Akakū e malama mai o kou. Mai kahi o kou e hele akua. He akua no. The light of God surrounds us. The power of God watches over us. The presence of God enfolds us. Wherever we are, God is. E ke akua, holo mua, holo. Holo ka alohi nei, ua mahina hoike, hoike o ke kai, holo holo na hoku o Hawaii nei. Holo mua, e nana pele i ke ahi loa la e kahe ana ka ua. Ka makani ka ulula
Executive Director of Polynesia Visual Arts Center. Thank you for all being with us here today. Some of us virtually, some of us in person. We are so pleased to have you all here to celebrate and honor all those who've lost their lives due to COVID-19 here in the state of Hawaii with our Rose River Memorial Project by artist Marcos Nunez. Special mahalo to Halau Hula Wehiwehi O, led by Auntie Gordean Bailey. Thank you. The COVID pandemic has impacted us all through the course of this past year. Although we are immensely grateful for all the first responders and those who have helped keep us safe and healthy during this time, many of us have been affected by isolation and sadness during this time. But it is no surprise to me that our Maui community collaborated and came together to support this Rose River Memorial Project by creating each rose, felt rose created here behind you, is created by a Maui community member in honor of someone who had passed due to COVID-19 here in the state of Hawaii. The Hui is so honored to be a part of this project and are so grateful for artist Marcos Nunez and his vision of this project and moving it state to state to state. And we're honored that in later this year, this portion of the project will be flying to Washington, D.C. to be part of a larger installation. You know, we are so blessed to be a part of this Maui community, and the arts have proven to help with all of our emotional support. And those who participate have an outlet to create, to grieve, to love, to share, and be a part of a greater community. And this is what this project really shows us, how strong our Maui community and our community in Hawaii as a whole really is. There are so many people to thank. There are individuals who made roses. There are keikis in our school and in our homeless shelters. We had county officials and county members in our county offices making roses. There are so many to mention, so I'm not gonna do it by name, but please know that we appreciate everything that you have done and you have given to this project, and all your support and love to Hui and the arts and the community as a greater whole during this really challenging time. And there are so many blessings that we can look at. Today we would like to celebrate and honor those who have been affected, who have lost their lives. We are so honored and grateful here at the Hui to be able to host such an important project. And before I introduce the mayor to say a few words, I was hoping we could just have a moment of silence to think about those who have been affected and who have lost their lives. Mahalo again from all of us at the Hui, Maui, all those who have participated, and it's my honor to introduce Mayor Michael Victorino to say a few words if he wishes.
Thank you. Mahalo. If I may, before I say a few words, introduce Lisa Paulsen. She's one of my liaisons, basically in the hospitality industry, but she also does a lot of events, and all these graduations that are occurring, she's been coordinating that for our county, and I really want to thank her for that. Lisa, would you come forward to give the proclamation for which I want to award Polynesia and this Rose Project, please?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to read the County of Maui proclamation. Whereas COVID-19 is a new coronavirus that initiated a global pandemic, producing catastrophic effects on our lives, our community, and our economy. Whereas local and state governments, health departments, and public servants have taken bold actions to protect residents, support struggling local economies, and find innovative ways to provide services. Whereas public health policies that prevent transmission of COVID-19, such as social distancing, mask wearing, sheltering at home, and vaccinations have helped to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 prevent new infections, and lessen its burden on the individuals and society. Whereas, in response to community need, dedicated essential workers stepped up to provide public services needed for the welfare, health, and safety of our community, even while risking their own health and safety. Whereas, every life lost to COVID-19 is tragic because it leaves a hole in the hearts of their families, friends, acquaintances, and damages the fabric of the wider community. Whereas, Hui No'iau Visual Arts Center is the site of artist Marcus Luton's Rose River Memorial installation to commemorate the lives lost to COVID-19, including 53 Maui County citizens. Now, therefore, on behalf of our Mayor, Michael P. Victorino of the County of Maui, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2021 as COVID-19 Memorial Month.
I would like to say that it is true, this community has come together in so many ways to help so many individuals in all aspects of our lives. The loneliness, the detaching of yourself from your family live and now turning to virtual meetings, it's been very difficult. Health has been one of the issues, but mental health is another. And the arts really provides a real means of coping with this pandemic. And I'm so proud to say that Maui County has always been a leader when it comes to the arts and culture, especially the arts. And Hui No'iau has been fabulous in this area. And so I'm very thankful as the mayor of this county to be here today. Saddened that I have to honor some 400 loss of lives, 400 plus loss. People have lost their life to COVID-19. However, the solace and the condolences I send to all the families is this, that what they have sacrificed will help make us a better county, a better state, a better nation, and a better world. And that's what I look at this whole pandemic is all about. We've written all kinds of rules and regs, but that doesn't make a difference unless people are taken care of. And that's what I think has happened with many of you. Now you've become closer. You have a sense of preciousness of life, family, and being just together. So I ask the good Lord today to bless all of you that are here, all of those who are watching today, and let's keep walking together to make not only this pandemic a thing of the past, but something that we can look upon and make life better for the future. So I want to say, ladies, if you would, please, I'd like to present this to you. Thank you so much for being
Marcos.
Yes, thank you, Marcos, for helping us get this together. And these wonderful ladies, along with the whole community, has done such an awesome job. And that's why I'm proud to be mayor of this county, because we are Nokowai. And
Yes,
you have
we
just
are.
demonstrated it once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, my pleasure. And to all of you that are out there, mahalo for being here. You know, with the wind and the rain, I give you guys credit. Mahalo.
Double blessing.
Double blessings.
Double blessing.
There were roses growing